620 AM, KEXB. Experts in business in North Texas.
Amazon's decision to retrain about a third of its workforce makes a bold statement about the widening tech gap that we have in our culture. Right now, the overall unemployment's about 3.7%, but the unemployment rate for tech workers is just 1.3. That's the lowest rate in nearly 2 decades. Joining me on the phone is Abedi. He is the founder of iCode, which is an after-school program that immerses students in hands-on curriculum that prepares them for the workforce in the tech field. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks for having me back.
Well, thanks for coming on. Real quickly, before we jump into iCode, do you have a favorite Slurpee that you have a go-to Slurpee flavor?
I don't. I don't sort of have that, but I wish I could afford to have it. Given
I bet your kids do. I bet you ask those kids. They do.
I bet you that.
Yeah. Well, let's take the basic statement here, or let's kind of look at iCode. If people are new to the show, they're not familiar with iCode, tell us about iCode.
iCode is an after-school program that teaches kids robotics and computer programming. We have great summer camps going as well. We're launching some family education series in the world of where the parents and the kids can take it together for like AI, blockchain, machine learning, ethical hacking, web development, and then we'll be launching some certified courses in ethical hacking, network disaster recovery, AI, machine learning, so on and so forth. So it's an exciting time to be in this space, Brian.
It is. Now let's talk about the ages here because, it seems like kids are younger and younger figuring out all this tech devices that we have. What is the average age there at iCode?
I was surprised, Brian. It's a great question because when I started iCode a few years back, I thought I would have mostly middle and high school kids. But guess what? It is the elementary school kids.
Wow.
About 60% of the kids who attend iCode, and we teach kids from first grade to 12th grade, and also classes for family and adults as well. But we teach in a belt system, and from foundation to black belt. And 60% of the kids who attend iCode throughout the DFW area, we have 8 different locations in DFW and a couple more opening. 60% are elementary school kids, and they do fantastically. We teach them algorithm in first grade. Talk about that.
Yeah, I like that. And so let's talk about some of your summer programs and what the parents are saying, and maybe what some of the feedback from the kids.
We have some incredible summer camps that every year, we add new ones to it. The one that is doing phenomenally well is Tech Magic. Tech Magic is a great program. We used Harry Potter, magic wand to create code.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's doing real well. YouTube production is another one that is very, very popular that we do. Obviously, robots is always a favorite with the kids. RoboLeak does very well for us, as you would imagine, as well as drone programming. We have them sort of program the drone and fly in a certain format. That's sort of doing very well with us as well. So there's game development, there's Battle of the Robots, Coding Avengers, app creation, AI, machine learning. So we have some amazing games, and most of the places are almost full.
Yeah. Okay, this article that came out about Amazon, their decision to retrain about a third of its workforce. What does that just confirm with you that, A, you're in the right industry right now, training these kids, and what is the future in robotics and all of this?
We talked earlier in the program as well, sometime back when I was there, in terms of the real shortage of people. According to the McKinsey report, by 2030, we're going to have about between 75 and 375 million workers worldwide would need to find a new line of work due to automation.
Wow.
It is just incredible. As you said earlier, the unemployment for the tech is like 1.5, something like that. Mm-hmm. Right now, there are about 150,000 unfilled IT jobs in the U.S., according to Burning Glass. So there's a tremendous shortage of technical talent. Has always been. I've been in the tech industry for the last 25 years. And increasingly, it's just becoming tougher and tougher to find quality tech folks.
Abedi is joining us on the phone. He is the founder of iCode. And you've got locations all around North Texas. You've got these summer camps going on right now, ages 6 through 18, with computer science skills that can really take their interest to the next level. And you talked about as young as elementary school getting into all of this. Where do you see this robotics and all of this artificial intelligence 20 years from now? Is it going to be like Star Wars in a way where it's just absolutely everything is generated by a computer?
Brian, if you think about it, I know I'm older than probably you are, but Star Trek, when they came out, they had a flip phone. Mm-hmm. And we used to think, wow, that's amazing. And nobody even had, wireless phones. I mean, so think about it. A lot of the gadgets that comes in the movie, right? Matrix is another one where, you move things around. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the things that we see in actually movies actually become reality. So I think one way to sort of look where we're going to be down the road is to look at some of the tech movies that come out. Because some of those things actually become reality, which we didn't think about it. And now when I said that, if you think about different movies over the last years, 10, 20, 30 years, it's amazing how many things they have shown them have actually become a reality.
Yeah. Even when you look at FaceTime from Apple, I mean, the fact that you've seen some of these movies and TV shows where they open up a device and they talk to them like this, and they're looking at them. Just the simple fact that we can video chat is, to me, that's amazing. The website is iCodeschool.com. iCodeschool.com. Get your kids signed up in one of these summer camps. Now, how long does it go for? Let's go the dates again. Is it all through the summer?
It's all through the summer through, I think, August 19th when the school starts. So we have that's a lot of the places are full, but feel free to call the location near you, and hopefully there's an opening for you. I
would imagine that the Amazons of the world and all these other companies have to be smiling upon you that you're training the youth of America for really these jobs that will be in demand here very, very soon.
If you think about it, Brian, technology changes very rapidly. And if you look at when the curriculum has written, whether in the school systems or at the university level, there's certain years back. We haven't really changed what we're teaching the kids, even though the society has moved along, the technology has moved around. But what we're teaching the kids in the schools and at the university has really not changed a great deal.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate your time. I think we're going to chat with you a little bit, if we could, in the 4 o'clock hour, if you'll be around for that. The website is iCodeschool.com, iCodeschool.com. I appreciate your time. We'll talk to you the next hour.
Thanks, Brian. Thank you.
Thank you. Good stuff there. And I'm telling you, your kids know all about this. And, if you got a son or daughter that's spending a lot of time, likes to be on the phone, likes to figure out stuff, likes to create, problem solve, that's exactly what a lot of this is all about, go get them enrolled. iCodeschool.com. iCodeschool.com. All right, welcome back. 4:49 on this Thursday afternoon. Okay, we just had in the news last hour, we talked about Amazon's, their decision to kind of retrain 1/3 of their workforce in order to kind of get them up to speed with some of the technology developing. Now, the overall unemployment rate right now is about 3.7%, but the unemployment rate in the tech industry for tech workers is just 1.3 compared to 3.7 in the unemployment rate in Gen Pop. Join me on the phone to talk about the ways he's training our youth is Abedi. He is the founder of iCode, an after-school program that immerses students in a hands-on curriculum that prepares them for the jobs of the future. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Brian, for having me back.
Thanks for coming on. So when you hear this, when you hear what Amazon did, or what they're doing, rather, of kind of retraining their employees, this makes you pretty good about the type of business field that you're in right now.
Absolutely. I mean, I think, it's a great to be in the business. I talk about success, Brian, is being at the right time in the right place and doing the right things. And I think this is definitely the case of iCode being at the right time at the right place. And I'm very excited about it.
Yeah. Okay, right now you have some summer camps going on. And really, I'm really surprised by this, but the age is as young as 6 up to 18. Let's talk about that summer camp.
What is amazing is when I started iCode a few years back, I thought I'll have mostly sort of middle school or high school students. But what I find is they are mostly elementary school kids, which is quite surprising. And what is even surprising, Brian, is the ability of kids as young as 6 years old to learn stuff that you and I will have difficult time learning.
Mm-hmm.
And it just amazes me to see them when something clicks, just the expression on their face, the confidence that they get by making something happen. Like, it's always amazing to code something and have a hardware do something. We have like Raspberry Pi, drones, Mindstorm, and all that. And when they actually do some coding and see how that, hardware can function, and it just does amazing thing to a kid. And I always tell parents, it's never too late to get going, and it's never too early to get your kids into any of the program. iCode is being one of them. There are several others as well. But obviously, biased opinion, we have the best program. Yeah. But I encourage parents very strongly. And there's a myth out there, Brian, that people think, I don't want to send my kid because I don't want them to be a programmer. And it's just not that. In medicine, you require technology. There's not a single field out there that doesn't use this technology. So I think getting kids exposed as early as you can to these types of institution does wonders for them in terms of their confidence, and the things that they learn while doing programming is incredible.
Now, how do you know when your son or daughter's ready for this? I mean, it seems like now kids can pick up an iPhone or any kind of smartphone and navigate through that. But how do you kind of know? I mean, do the parents tell you, hey, they're wanting to do more? They're asking questions. How do you know if your son or daughter's ready for this?
I think there are some kids who are naturally attracted to sports, and some kids are not. And that's not good or bad either way. Not that the sports kids don't need computer science education because programming is the language of the future. And what I tell parents is, summer is a great time to expose kids to different activities and see what they like. If they don't know what it is, there's no way they're going to know whether they'll like it or not. Mm-hmm. So summer is a great time to enroll kids into different activities, whether it's programming, whether it's sports or music, whatever it is, and give them a broad perspective, and then see, what attracts them. Because if you come to an iCode, it's a children's dream come true because you have about 50 iMacs sitting there. There's drones, there's Raspberry Pi, there's Mindstorm, there's robots, there's drones flying around. It's an incredible setup for an after-school program. And see if the kids like it. I think if the kids see other kids having a great time, right, they will like it as well. But at least I think my advice to parents, and myself being a parent of 3 daughters, is to get the kids exposed to these things, because this is going to help them tremendously in their school, because learning how to code teaches them not just about programming. It teaches them problem solving skills, critical thinking, computational maths, confidence, teamwork, time management. There are multiple different skills a kid learns by learning how to code. And I think in terms of where the job market is and where we are heading, we talked about earlier where, between 75 to 375 million jobs worldwide, people have to be retrained due to automation, or basically their jobs, like the toll collectors on Dallas tollways, no longer there.
They'll get replaced. So real quickly, when school starts, walk me through how many days a week does someone go to iCode? Is this a daily or one day a week? How's that work?
Yeah, so we teach kids in a belt system from foundation belt to black belt, and based upon an assessment, when the kid walks in, we do an assessment and place them in the right belt. Each belt is divided up into 8 sprints or 6 sprints, and each sprint is 4 weeks long. So the kids attend 2 hours minimum, either Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday. Friday, we have no classes. It's happy hour, social hour. Kids can come and hang around. Or Saturday, 2 hours. So that's the minimum they have to attend, 2 hours a week. If they're falling behind or they miss a class, they could make it up by lab hours. So maximum of 4 hours, minimum 2 hours a week. And you graduate each belt in 6 months, or Foundation Black is 8 months long.
There you go. We appreciate your time, and for more information, you can go to icodeschool.com, icodeschool.com, and get your kids signed up at iCode. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you so much, Brian, for having me. Appreciate it.
There you go. And like you said, your son or daughter might be, if they're really into like problem solving and coming up with, maybe new ways of doing something, this is probably a good answer, a good solution to that. Because if Ben and I would have had iCode back in the day, there's no telling where our careers would have went, Ben. There's just absolutely no telling.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily think it was iCode, but we had like a technology class back in junior high where you'd move a little robotic arm around. You'd do a series of commands. It was very rudimentary.
Very, right.
Yeah, but
it was there.
You mess up one command and you don't know what that arm's going to do.
You have no idea.
It's crazy.
You have no idea. All right. Thanks to our guest today, of course, Abedi with iCode and Paula Grooms, relationship dating coach, are coming on the show. Tomorrow, we're going to stay in the world of fitness, and there is a versatile client. There's a studio that basically you train climbing these climbers, these vertical climbers. It's called the District. It's crazy. We're going to have the owner and the founder on the show to talk about that. Plus, our friends from Google will call in and talk about what was trending this past week in Google.